In this video I'm going to show you how to use the player entity. So the player entity is a bit different from the camera entity, although I can navigate on the scene without a player entity. The player entity can have special properties, for example for collisions or for navigation, simulating as a game. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you go to the Add Entities section, you see, if you scroll down, you see the player entity here. Okay, I'll drag the player entity to the scene. Right now I don't have anything to navigate, so I will add a 3D model like this. I'll center the 3D model, position it a bit, scale it a bit down. I'll turn off the grid. And right now we have an interior 3D model and we have the player. So the player is somehow here. So let's see the properties of the player entity. Right now we have it enabled and we have this bunch of properties. The teleport property is special for the VR navigation. When you are in VR and you want to navigate with the controllers or the hands, you have the teleport function for that. You can enable it. And you have the arrow keys disabled by default, but let's save and let me show you with and without these properties turned on. So I'll preview, and as you can see right now I am trying to navigate with the arrow keys on the keyboard, but I cannot do it because it's not turned on, but I can still navigate using the camera as usual. And if we enable this, let's see the effect. Right now, if I use the arrow keys, you see that I can navigate on the scene. Okay, I need to still rotate with the mouse when I'm in desktop. And on mobile, this function doesn't work because we don't have a keyboard, physical keyboard on the mobile. And for that, we have the on-screen joystick option as well. So I'll turn it on, I'll save, and I will refresh the page. And you can see that the controls with the joystick are here right now. So I can still use the arrow keys of the keyboard, but I can also rotate using a joystick and navigate with the joystick and rotate with this right joystick. Okay. And you can see that I can do this pretty easily. And you can also set the speed of the options. Right now VR controller locomotion is also enabled, so it's kind of the same as the arrow keys but on the VR with the controller's joystick. But let's say that we want this player to collide with this 3D model, for example. So to have collisions, first of all, we need to have the scene with the physics enabled, okay? And then we turn on this player properties physics as well. So I can turn it on right now, and I will go to the scene and I'll go to the scene properties, and you see this physics toggle. You toggle it on. Let's go to the player properties again. And in the physics properties, we see that we have a camera view property, which allows me to navigate as a first person or navigate as a third person. So we'll test all of this. And we see that we have capsule height. This is, imagine that the player, this is technically what happens. The player has a capsule around it, okay? And that capsule is actually what is going to collide with the 3D model. And we are simulating it as a capsule, okay? So we can change the height, we can change the radius of the capsule, and we can change the jump speed and the gravity itself. These are default parameters, and let's save and preview. Right now you see that I'm falling, okay? So if I look up, I'm still falling from the 3D model. That is because I enabled the scene physics, so that's correct. I enable the physics of the player, but I also need to go to the 3D model, and if you scroll down, you see the physics section. So we will enable collision for this 3D model, and if we save and preview again, And you can see that we can navigate and we can jump on the 3D model. And if I try to go on this wall, I cannot do it because it's colliding with the 3D model. Okay. Be careful. Sometimes the height of the model and the height of the player needs to be a bit higher than the capsule height, or else it will be stuck on the 3D model's ground. Okay. And we saw that we have the player in first person, so we saw it in first person like this. We can change the camera view to third person, and this allows me to upload a character of my own. But let's preview it as it is, because it uses a default 3D model. Okay. So right now you see that the 3D model is it's somehow stuck in the ground, because now the third person, it's so it's the offset between your camera and the 3D model. So we need to adjust the 3D model's height or position, or position the player a bit higher. I will save until I see the 3D model completely in the ground. Okay, so I did. I adjusted the position of the 3D model, I saved and preview, and you can see that right now the 3D model of my third-person player is on the ground, and if I use the arrow keys and rotate, you can see that it behaves almost like a game. So if I try to go against the wall, it doesn't go against the wall. Okay, so I can also jump. So this is pretty nice. It's a straightforward process in this case. And if you want some advanced character models, you can also select the asset or use an external URL like any other asset. I have some assets already prepared for this, and you can select 3D models that are compatible with this. If you select a 3D model that is not compatible, for example, I will select this cup, it shows me that I need to have a rigged humanoid model. For example, using Mixamo or use a VRM avatar. So this is a bit more advanced workflow, and you can go to, for example, to Mixamo, and you can download pre-made characters already, or you can upload your own, and you can rig them, and you can have, after rigging them on Blender or on here or whatever tool you use, you can then upload it to Cyango, and you can select that as a character. So for example, this one is already prepared for that, so I'll select this one, and you can see if I save in preview, you can see that I'm using right now this 3D model as well. So it's completely rigged. Okay, so if I navigate and jump, you can see that it does the same behavior, and it behaves pretty well with this. Okay, I can add some HDRs for you to see it better, a warm HDR, and you can see that the 3D model is here. So I guess that's it. I hope this was useful for you, and see you